Just like that, it's gone.
There you go. There goes another couch.
That's right.
Welcome back to the BonaFide channel. I'm standing here with Diana from Bridging, Minnesota, which is located in Roseville. You guys have 2 locations though, right?
We sure do.
So Roseville and then Bloomington is the other one?
Bloomington. Well, first, thanks for coming out and sharing our story and what we're doing here, because we are 34 years old. We started in 1987. Our founder, Fran Heitzman, unfortunately, 2020, we lost him. So 2020 has been a very unique year and challenging. But this started with Fran at a faith community at Fox Christi Church in Eden Prairie. And where it all began was someone bringing him a piece of furniture as he worked on the staff there. And he says, I'll find a home for it. Don't worry, just put it down. Well, the church didn't need it. He made a few phone calls. A nonprofit was overjoyed at getting it. And he thought, that's pretty easy. We could do this. Take stuff in, give it away. Big, giant reuse recycling center is really what it was before it became a thing.
Yeah.
So, in 1987, things were going well at the church where people were bringing him more and more. Mm-hmm. Father Tim loved him and all and said, I love this. I love what you're doing. You got to get this out of here. It was starting to fill the hallways. Yeah. So had it not been for that moment, had it not been you need to blossom and grow into something else, we wouldn't be here today.
Wow.
That's the best thing that ever happened. I think of him a bit as a co-founder because he had to encourage him to grow.
Yeah.
So Fran left. He started getting other volunteers, other people engaged, and he just started doing what he was great at. He had been an entrepreneur many times over, and he just started asking people for stuff, whether it was trucks, warehouse space, things to give to families. And here we are, 34 years later. We are coming up on a very monumental number. Mm-hmm. We hope to hit it before the end of the year, which is 100,000 households served.
Oh my goodness.
So we are close.
Yeah.
We are so close. So what we do is give away a basic home essential package.
Okay.
Donated furniture and household goods come into the warehouse. Mm-hmm. Then what happens is we pass it on to the families in need. So everything, so it's stuff, money, and people mm-hmm. that we need every day.
Yeah.
The things around us right now is what we're taking in. Yeah. And then we give that to the family who's in need. And really the reality is this. There's about 200 partners, agencies, 2,000 caseworkers who know a family in need. They know they've got somewhere to live because that's the hurdle. Safe, affordable, accessible housing. Once you got your housing locked in, then that caseworker is going to be the one who then contacts us and we get them an appointment for a shopping trip. Okay. So it's really fantastic. To me, it's a great piece of we're one spoke in the wheel, one stop on the road. Mm-hmm. So once the housing's locked in, you come over here and get what you need. Yeah. But you still probably need food, clothing, healthcare, childcare, transportation. There's all these pieces of the puzzle. We know we're one stop. Mm. What we want to do is make life easy for the client, but make life easy for the agency partners mm-hmm. who know them well too. Mm-hmm. And so they can just come on in, get that whole package. Yeah. It's about $1,800 worth of thrift store valued merchandise that they walk out with.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Most of the families we meet, I do say this, think of it this way, at least half, 55%, have been homeless before they've come to shopping. Wow. Homeless could be on the streets, mm-hmm. in the shelters, or couch surfing with friends and family. Okay. But they haven't had a permanent home. Wow. And if you can't find housing that you can afford, because here's the deal, most of our families earn less than $20,000 a year annually for an average household size of 3. So why would I make someone take the little bit of money they have and buy the furniture and the housewares that I have already mm-hmm. and you have and everyone else has? Yeah. So absolutely. We would just say, let's get that stuff to us. Now, don't get us wrong. Trash is trash. Mm-hmm. I don't want someone just giving us something because, well, that's better than nothing. Mm. That's not what we believe. The word Fran, our founder, talked about and we wholeheartedly believe in is dignity. Mm. Dignity of choice, dignity of quality of selection items, the experience, mm-hmm. the moment they have when they get to shop, and the elation of like, oh my gosh, it's not just furniture, it's housewares, and people who leave after 1 hour saying, I'm ready to conquer the world. You just gave me everything I needed. I don't have to worry about that. Mm-hmm. There's nothing I've done in 1 hour, because that's a shopping trip time. Yeah. That has made me feel like, yahoo, I'm going to do the best everything I can possibly do. Yeah. And that's what this does. It's the safety of what this means.
Wow, that's incredible.
So yeah, We love it.
And we're kind of looking at it right now a little bit. So this is one aisle in this big warehouse that we're standing in. But could you give me a little bit of a rundown of all the things that, you know, could be donated or have been donated?
Yeah. Yes, because without the stuff, we're out of business.
Yeah, sure.
So that's exactly it. Like, we do need the money, we do need the volunteers, but without inventory, our model's done. It's about empowering someone to thrive in their home. So the stuff has to come in for them to feel that way. Yeah. So what we have is 2 warehouses, like you said, Bloomington and Roseville. We're operating out of over 70,000 square feet of space. Wow. So we're not a small little thrift store. Many people kind of go, oh, you're just small. We're like, no. We serve, pre-COVID, 100 households a week. Right now, it's 80 households a week. Mm-hmm. That means we need stuff for 240 people a week. Wow. So what I say is, start doing the math. Yeah. I need this week, not even factoring selection, 80 couches, 80 kitchen chairs, 80 kitchen tables, 240 kitchen chairs, 240 bath towels. You start doing pictures and linens and housewares and silverware and dishes, cookware, bakeware. Think of everything you touch in your home that you really need. Yeah. The best way for me to share that would be, think of your bathroom, right? And I go, great, I really want a bath towel per person, because that seems right. 4 people, 4 bath towels. That's not too much to ask. Once we started meeting that goal and doing really well with it, I'll be frank and say I had the moment of like, well, that's not all I want to have. Yeah. Like, I really needed to say, I also want shower curtains, I want rugs, I want waste baskets. Yeah. Hand towels to go with the bath towels. Absolutely. In terms of what does that mean? You know, hanging a plastic bag on a door handle in the bathroom isn't dignified. There are trash cans. Could we give someone a trash can? Absolutely. Right? So if a hotel remodels, so the stuff comes from home donors. 75% is the home donors, which is why anytime someone says, can we tell people about you? We're like, yes. More people need to know about us. Yeah. That other 25% is hotels, restaurants, retailers, online catalogs. Yes, we'll take new. Okay. Not all gently used, but gently used really means, on paper I may say no rips, stains, tears, pet hair. Okay. What I also say with that is if someone comes and takes a look and they kind of go, I don't know if I like the color or the design or the pattern, I said, well, someone's going to like it, one of the things. But if you also say, well, I just don't know if it's good enough yet. Yes, a tear in the seat cushion is very different than a tear on the back corner by the foot. I don't want the tears, but that's going to be a different thing. Sure. But on the other hand, I say, if you're trying to figure out would we want it, would you still use it? Would you give it to a neighbor or a friend or a family member and not be embarrassed? Yeah. Normally when someone hears that part, you can put those things together. We want it. If you're hesitating, would I give it to my neighbor? That tells me something's maybe not so great. So for donating stuff to Bridging, one, we rely on the home donors. Residential donors is about 75% of what we give away. We need that. It's our bread and butter. People can drop off anytime we're open. No appointment necessary, Bloomington or Roseville. The other option is they can do a fee-based home pickup. Okay. We run our trucks out. We use our staff and volunteers. For $75, our truck will come on out. For the items on our list, someone could help us pay for gas, insurance, and maintenance by paying the $75. Or if you're moving, you have your movers put the Bridging stuff on last. On your way to the new place, drop off at Bridging. Wow. So the other 25% of what comes in, corporate donors. Okay. Hotels, restaurants, retailers, online catalogs. Yeah. Yes, we take brand new items. Also, we take gently used. That is the primary source. It's gently used items. Nothing cracked, chipped, stained, torn, full of pet hair, strong odors. We want to make sure it's a gift we give. Okay. Yeah. That is dignified and ready to go. Yeah. You know, that whole thing about don't pass on a gift that's falling apart. Make sure that what you give inspires them. It's a hand up. It's not a hand out. Yeah. It's not about something's better than nothing because trash is trash. Yeah. So the stuff's coming in. We've got volunteer teams that are making sure that what goes out is in good shape. Dish sets are put together.
Yeah.
It might be all matching. It might be mix and match. Because if you have just one bowl, one plate, one spoon, fine by us. We're going to put it into a set. You don't need to donate the full set to us.
Okay. Yep.
My friend's a great example. 2 friends, I'll say. One said, "Oh, you need dishes." I said, "I sure do. We need dishes for 240 people every week." And she goes, "Well, I had a set of 8. I broke a few."
Okay.
And I go, "Okay, it's now a set of 6. And she goes, "That's right." And then she had to kind of let go of, "You're right, I don't need to give you a whole set." On the next conversation would be, I'm going to pick up a friend, and she's at the door waving something, and I can't tell what. And I roll the window down, and I say, "What?" I'm waiting for her to get in the car, and she says, "I have some pillowcases. You take those, right?" I said, "Yes." Get in the car. She gets in, and she goes, "I bought a set of sheets. It came with 4. I only need 2. Can you take these and put them in a set?" I'm like, "Yes."
Wow.
2 brand new pillowcases. She didn't need.
Yeah.
She's like, "Why would I hold on to them when I know you've got someone who could use it?" If it's in good shape, great, we're going to pass it on. I have seen some pretty wild things leave over the years.
Have you?
I have seen things that I go, no one is ever going to take that. And soon enough, 24, 48 hours, there's a tag on it with a name. My. They looked at 200 lamps and went, "That's the one for me." Okay. And I love that.
Yeah.
So that dignity of choice is incredible for us.
Oh,
yeah.
Absolutely. Have you ever had it where, day of, someone says, "Hey, we've got a bulk number of things and you got to act fast and you have to do quick moving," and things like that?
Oh, all the time.
Okay.
The good news is, though, I will say, in my tenure being with us, what's better now is that we're getting more advanced notices, which is what we need. We have a fleet of vehicles. We've got 16 and 26-foot trucks. We have semis.
Yeah.
We can build it in, but often our trucks are in constant motion.
Okay.
So it's not like we're just waiting for the phone call.
Yeah.
So our hope is that someone says, "Hey, next week, this is going to happen. Can I get a truck out?"
Wow. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's helpful to have that.
It is, and that's us working on relationship building, whether it be with liquidators, with hotels, our community partnerships with our retailers in town.
Absolutely.
They're more than happy to set up a recurring pickup versus waiting for the thing, a moment to come.
Yeah.
And they like also to tell their customers and their staff about the great partnership. So we love when we can all brag and be hand stacking on making sure this stuff gets to the families who need it.
Absolutely. The kind of team effort.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's awesome. So speaking of beds, I am recently thinking about getting a new mattress, but I'm kind of wondering, is my old mattress, something that I could even be donated to bridging? What does that look like?
Thanks for thinking of us. We need more beds all the time. So the same standard when we're talking about good, usable, clean, no rips, stains, tears, and pet hair. But 1, I need all sizes. Twin, full, queen, and king. I don't need a full set. If you have just a mattress or just a box spring or the set, we'd love it. It's in good shape. A whole host. Think of it this way. We want people to get a good night's sleep. What's more important in your house, really, than a bed so you can go to school, get healthy, go to work? That truly about thriving in life, you got to get a good night's sleep. So this is at the top of our pyramid of what's most important. We still are always very short, so we need more beds. If you were sleeping on that bed last night and a new bed came tomorrow, I'm going to tell you I want that bed.
Okay.
Because it's not been used up yet. You're getting a new bed, and it might not be perfect and brand new, but by golly, we have a family who would love that bed, so they're up off the floor, so they can support the family, support themselves.
Yeah.
So it really, there's a whole list of beds here, and the sizes and numbers, but we don't have enough. We are still coming up short. We want to sleep enough people in that home. So whether it's you've got a king bed, a twin bed, a queen, a full, we're going to then give those pillows, blankets, sheets that they need to get that good night's sleep.
Do you find that people often, think, "Oh, my bed, it's not good because I'm getting a new one. It's not good enough." Do you find people throwing out mattresses when they could be?
I do. I'm the person too who lives in Minneapolis, and if I see one on an alley, and I go, "What's going on with that bed?" My example would be my friend who said that lives in Minneapolis as well. and had that moment. He says, well, I got a new bed, and he starts talking about it, and he could see by my face that I'm ready to go, hey, and he goes, I know you take beds. And I said, yeah, are you telling me that bed didn't come to bridging? He's like, well, yeah. I said, where's your bed? It's in the alley. I go, did you sleep on it the night before the new one came? He goes, yeah. He goes, well, I just thought it was too old. And I said, I hear you. But if it had really broken down and it was no good and you weren't sleeping on it, I'd say no thanks. The reality was that bed was still being used every day by you. Mm-hmm. I want that bed in the system so we can get someone else in that path to start sleeping better.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And a lot of the folks, whether it's our great retailers in town who support us too in that trade-in, which is awesome. A lot of those bed in the box too, that's been a great trend in a lot of ways because a lot of them support donors. And they say if someone tries it out and says I don't like it, right now there is close to 200 online mattress retailers. Oh, a lot.
Wow.
So we wanted to make sure that people know about us in those companies. So we get the phone call and they said, well, this company said I can get my money back because I don't want it, but they said I have to donate it. Great. Get it to us. I'm going to give you a receipt that it came in. They submit that to that online company.
Wow.
Just like we do with every other donation, we acknowledge what came to us. And so I'm not going to complain about that because I believe that's helped us in the getting the word out and getting more beds to people.
Absolutely.
So, because the trends in retail are changing.
Yeah.
So we have to respond with it.
Definitely. Different avenues that you kind of have to adjust as time goes on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing.